Good morning, dear learners. Welcome to teaching learning session of sociology. Uh, in our last lecture of this BSOC 133, today we will summarize about Karl Marx, Emil Durkheim, and the Max Weber. We'll compare and contrast their perspective, how similar on what perspective they are similar, and what are the differences between the three. Right. First of all, let us compare between Weber and Durkheim. Durkheim, as we know, Durkheim, it is because of the Durkheim we are able to study the sociology as a separate subject. Durkheim played a very important role, and Durkheim stresses on the exteriority of the social fact, which he regarded the things. According to Durkheim, society is important, and we can study this society as we can study scientifically, as we can study the things in natural sciences. And for this, he stressed upon the exteriority of the social facts. And what are the social facts? According to Durkheim, the social facts are nothing but the things, and we can objectively study about the social facts, right? And as per Durkheim, society is so generous, and it exists over the individual. He has given much emphasis on the society rather than to the individual. According to Durkheim, that this society imposes certain constraint on the individual, and it is very important to imposes constraints on the individual because this maintains the social order, and individual is a part of a society, and individual should obey and follow those constraints and the rules of the society in order to maintain this social order. It is important, according to Durkheim, to imposes certain constraint, right? So from this we can conclude that as per Durkheim, society is more important than the individual, while Weber, he the unit of study for Durkheim is society. But as per Weber perspective, the Weber focuses on the role of the individual as an actor and orienting their behavior pattern in terms of their values and beliefs. So Weber emphasized on the values and beliefs of the individual, and according to the values and beliefs, or values and beliefs plays an important role in the actions, right, of the individual. The role of individual as an actor play, that he has given much emphasis on the individual rather than the society. So he emphasized on the role of the individual as an actor, right, in terms of their values and belief, right. According to Weber, it is the task of the sociologist to study through Versthane or interpretative understanding. He has given the concept of Versthane or interpretative understanding. What is Versthane? Versthane means you should understand why an actor or why an individual is behaving in a certain way. One should associate it with the context, with the reference, right? So Mars, the sociologist, study it through the Versthane. What is the unit of analysis? The Emil Durkheim studied religion, right? So what he believes is the most elementary form. To unit of analysis for Emil Durkheim is society, and Emil Durkheim study religion and what is in its elementary forms. And according to Durkheim, that religion and clan organizations overlaps, right? Durkheim emphasizes the role of religion as a collective phenomenon which serve to strengthen the social bonds. As per Durkheim, that religion plays a very important and binding the people together and binding the society together. So it helps in strengthening the society, right? While Weber studied the major features of the great world religion, Durkheim studied, see, Durkheim emphasized the Durkheim studied the most elementary form of the religion, and Weber studied the major features of the great world's religion. He studied the various religions, right? He is interested in their historical roots and their capacity to guide and shape economic activity. Right? Durkheim studied the religion in the perspective of the bond created by the religion between the members of the society. And Weber was interested what role a religion plays in the economic activity of the society, right? And these word religion are also seen as a response to the prevailing social situations, right? That Durkheim visualized the role of religion in maintaining the social order, while Weber analysis look at the creative role of the religion in helping to shape the way of new thinking and acting. So, Durkheim studied the religion in perspective to maintain the social order, and Weber analyzed the religion to shape in what way the religion helps in shaping up a new way of thinking and acting, right? The role of religion as per Durkheim, that religion is expression of collective consciousness, right? Worshipping totem is nothing but worshipping the clan itself, right? While he that Durkheim created a separation between the sacred and the profane through certain rites, right? While Weber wishes to understand the religion in relation of economic, political, and historical factor, right? He sees religion as a part and parcel of the larger historical trends that move towards the capitalism, industrialization, and the rationality, right? God, spirit, and prophet. That Durkheim denies that the religion is concerned with the mysteries of God and the spirit, and we know that Weber uses the idea of God and spirits, prophets, gods, and spirits, right? Religion and science. Durkheim views both religion and science as providing society with collective representation. Right? The classification of science derives from the religion. Right? Thus, there is no conflict or opposition between the two. While the Weber comparative study of the world religion shows how religious ethics in India and China prevented the growth of capitalism, which is basically requires the ethic of mystery and rational calculation. It is the Protestant ethic which provides the appropriate worldview of rational capitalism. Right? So, as per Weber, science is an expression of rationality and challenge to the traditional and mystical claims of religion. Science provides empirical knowledge and a verifiable factual information which helps human being to know and master the world, and the science and religion in the Weber's views exist in contrast to each other, right? Durkheim sees religion as a means whereby individual acknowledges the physical and moral power of the society, right? While Weber studied religion in terms of meaning of those who follow it and how these meanings helps them to orient the action in the social activities, right? So, if we see. Weber, let us discuss it. Let me summarize it for you. The comparison between the Durkheim and Weber. Durkheim, according to Durkheim, the unit of analysis is society. As per Weber, the unit of analysis is individual. One should understand the interaction, the social action of the actor, the actions of the actor, and the role, the values, and beliefs play in those actions. So, the unit of analysis, according to Weber, is individual rather than the society. The Weber, according to Weber, according to Durkheim, it is society, right? So society plays an important role, while according to Weber, individual is important, right? Then according to Durkheim, that we can study the social fact, and social facts are nothing but the things, right? As per Weber, we can study the society scientifically. There is no problem, we can study the society scientifically, right? According to Durkheim, society is sui generis, and it imposes the certain constraints on the individual, and these constraints are important for the social order. He emphasized on the social order of the society, while Durkheim emphasized on the interpretative analysis of the individual, symbolic interaction of the individual. He has given the concept of the varsthane is one should understand and interpret the action of an individuals, right? So a role of religion, according to Durkheim, religion plays an important role in strengthening the bond between the people of the society, right? And according and Weber studied the religion with reference to the history, politics, and the economy. He wanted to study what role the religion plays in the economy of the society, while according to Weber, religion plays an important role in the strengthening of the society. And this, as per Durkheim, religion plays an important role in binding the society together. It maintains the social order, right? He studied. Durkheim studied the most primitive form of the religion, while Weber studied many new great religions of the world. Right? He studied Hinduism, he studied Christianity, he studied Buddhism, Judaism, and various other religion. He studied about with reference to the history, with reference to the politics, and with reference to the economy, right? Weber studied it, right? That Durkheim denied the fact or the role of any prophet or spirits, right? According to Durkheim, there is nothing like prophets or the spirit, while Weber emphasized on the concept of prophets and spirits, right? According to Durkheim, that religion plays an important role in collective consciousness, that the religion plays a collective consciousness. And he distinguished between the that purity and the impurity, that is pure and impure, right? Then uh, according to Weber, that the religion plays an important role in capitalism. That it is because of the religious belief of Protestants that they adopted this capitalism, or in other words, we can say that religion plays an important role in rationality. It rationalizes the people, right? Religion and science, when we compare and contrast Durkheim and Weber on the basis of religion and science, according to Durkheim, that both religion and science provides the society with collective representations, and there is no conflict between the religion and science. While as per Weber, the comparative study of he studied the various religions of the world, and he compared and contrasted the various religion. The comparative study of the various religion, as per Weber, this shows that many religious ethics prevented India and China, prevented the growth of capitalism in India and China, right? While it is because of the Protestant ethics that which provided the appropriate way, or which guided the Western countries to adopt this capitalism, right? So, according to Weber, that there is a contrast between the religion and the science. There is a contrast, right? While according to Durkheim, that there is no contrast, no conflict between the religion and sciences, right? So, Amai Durkheim studied the primitive religion that views religion as an expression of collective consciousness and strictly avoids the concepts like God, spirit, and prophets, and considers science as an extension of religion and sees no conflict between them. While Max Weber studied the world religions, views religion in relation to political, economical, and historical factors, make uses of these concepts, and considers science and religion in contrast to each other. Right now, economy. Now, compare and contrast Durkheim and Marx on the basis of economy. Durkheim and Marx lived in the age in which Europe was experiencing the Industrial Revolution, right? And this revolution was characterized by a shift in the techniques of production. There was a shift in the techniques of production, and these changes took place just in not just in the economic sphere, but also in other spheres of the society, like cities and their populations grew, and did the incidences of the poverty, crime, and other social problems because of this industrial revolution, or because of the change in the mode of the production. And social stability and order was under threat, was under siege, right? The traditional feudal society was crumbling, and the modern industrial society was coming into being, right? So they studied, they existed, they lived in the area in the age of industrial revolution, that both Durkheim and Marx visualizes the changes when the society is changing from feudal society to the modern society, right? There was a change in the mode of production, not only in the mode of production, but changes were taking place in other spheres of the life, like poverty was increasing, right? They saw the pathetic conditions of the people, and because of this, the social order was under threat, right? So they studied the division of labor, as because of the industrial revolution there was a division of labor. The concept of division of labor was systematically discussed by the Scottish economist Adam Smith in his work The Wealth of Nation in 1776, right? Smith felt that the division of labor was primarily a source of economic progress, and it is a vehicle through which economic development would advance, right? But what is the Durkheim's view on the division of labor? Durkheim's major concern as a sociologist was the theme of social order and the integration. That is, he studied how the division of labor can maintain the social order, and how can division of labor integrate the society, right? According to him, according to Durkheim, that the basis of focus, or the focus of social integration, differs in pre-industrial and pro-industrial society, right? So he demonstrated how the process of occupational specialization or division of labor helps to integrate society, helps to integrate the heterogeneous society, in fact, right? Where is people are different from each others. So he classified the human society into two on the basis of the solidarity, right? That is, first he discussed about the mechanical solidarity, and second is organic solidarity. What is mechanical solidarity? Mechanical solidarity refers to the solidarity of resemblance or likeness. That is when a homogeneous groups means when people are similar, right? When their skill set their skill sets are similar, their process of thinking is similar, their values and beliefs are similar, right? This similarities bind the people together, and this type of solidarity, this binding of the people together, this is called the mechanical solidarity, right? It exists in the homogeneous society, especially in the primitive society, right? While what is organic solidarity? Organic solidarity is based on the differences and complementary of differences, right? When there is a division of labor, right? Division of labor is one of the aspects of such society. Division of labor means, as we said, that division of labor is nothing but the occupational specialization, and that the skill sets of people are different. They have different skill set and they are dependent on each other because of the differences of their skill set, right? One depends on the other, like carpenter depends on the plumber or the farmer to fulfill the requirement. Similarly, farmer depends on other to fulfill all other requirements. So this type of solidarity is known as the organic solidarity, right? And organic solidarity existed in the heterogeneous society. Heterogeneous is opposite to homogeneous. Heterogeneous, where skill sets are different, people are different from each other, right? Their thinking process is different, right? But they are binding together because they need each other, right? And this type of solidarity is known as the organic solidarity. And according, as per Durkheim, this um, um, division of labor plays an important role in maintaining a social order, and it binds the people together. And this type of solidarity is called the uh, that is organic solidarity. He also discussed the various abnormal forms of the division of labor, right? Like anomie. This term means a state of normlessness. Material life changes rapidly, but rule, norms, and value do not keep pace with it. There seems to be a total breakdown of rules and norms, right? In the work of sphere, this reflects in conflict between the labor and management, uh, degrading the meaningless work and growing the class conflict, right? So division of labor is anomy, where people fight together. The conflict exists between the people, and because of this this reflects a conflict between the labor and management, right? And this helps in the growth of the class conflict, right? And the individuals are working and producing but fail to see any meaning in what they are doing. That is anomy. The next type of abnormal form of division of labor is inequality, right? This may be very frustrating to those who want to do more but satisfying or rewarding jobs but cannot have access to the proper opportunities. This is inequality. Some people have access to the opportunity while others don't have. So it creates a problem within the society, and when this inequality fails to produce a long lasting solidarity, right? Such an abnormal results in individual become frustrated and unhappy with their society, right? Then the inadequate organization, this in this abnormal form, the very purpose of division is labor is destroyed. That is, work is not well organized and coordinated, and workers are often engaged in doing meaningless tasks, and when they feel like they are doing meaningless tasks, they revolt. There is no unity of action, thus solidarity breakdown and disorder results. So according to Durkheim, division of labor plays an important role in maintaining the social order, but at the same time, there are certain anomy there are certain abnormal form of division of labor also exist in the society, and these abnormal form of division of labor, as per Durkheim, is a threat to the solidarity of the society. And what is the Marx viewpoint on the division of labor? right? Marx pinpoint the two types of division of labor. First is social division of labor, and next is division of labor in manufacture. Social division of labor says social division of labor existed in all society, it exists in all society, right? And the process that is bound to exist in order that the member of society may successfully undertake the task necessary to maintain the social and the economic life, right? So what is the social division of labor? In this division of labor, that it divides all the useful form of labor in the society. Some individual produces food, some produces handicrafts and weapons, right? And social division of labor promotes the process of exchange of goods between the group, right? Few that in social division of labor, there is a division of labor like agree that farmers are producing grains, right? Crops, they are cultivating, right? Carpenters are doing their work, plumbers are doing their work, and other handicrafts artisans are doing their work, and they exchange the material, they exchange their product with other for the product they require. That is that this is known as the social division of labor, and it purports the process of exchange of goods between the groups, that is the barter system. While the division, this is the social form of division of labor, and it exists in every society. While the division of labor in manufacturing or in industry is, it is a process which prevalent in the industrial societies where capitalism and the factory system exist, right? In this system, the manufacturer of the commodity is broken down into a number of processes. While you are producing a commodity, that production of a commodity is broken into number of processes, right? There could be the n number of processes. That commodity might go n number might undergo an n number of process before taking its final shape, and each worker is limited to a specific process or engaged in the small process, like in the assembly line. And the purpose of this division of labor is simple, that is to increase the productivity. Unlike social division of labor, where independent producer create the product and exchange with other independent producer, the division of labor in manufacture completely divorces the worker from his product. Because how it divorces the worker from its product? Because that commodity undergoes the number of the processes, and each worker is confined to a specific process, right? And because he is confined to this specific process, that worker hardly sees the actual final product which he produces, because he is just a small unit in a big assembly line, right? So in this way, the manufacturer completely divorces the worker from its produce, right? Right. And then what are the implications of divisions of labor in manufacture? That is, the profits occur to the capitalist, that the profits capitalist earns the profit, because the final product which the worker produces belongs to the capitalist, and capitalist sell that product and earn profits. According to Marx, the division of labor, that existence of the private property together consolidated like power of capitalist. Capitalist owns the means of production. The production process is designed and operated in such a way that capitalist benefited most from it, right? And that the final product belongs to the capitalist. Capitalist sell that product in the market and earns profit. While next problem with this system is that the worker loses control over what they produce, right? According to Marx, with the division of labor in manufacture, workers tend to lose their status as the real creator of the commodity or the goods, because they are just a small unit in a big assembly line. So they lose the title of the real creator of the product. So they don't bear that title. They just become mere a link in a production chain, right? And that is designed by and operated by the capitalist. So workers are separated from the products of their labor. In fact, they hardly oversees the end results or the commodity which they produces, right? And the actual control over it is exercised by the capitalist. So worker as an independent producer no longer exists, and the worker become enslaved by the production process, right? So, and another problem, the third problem with this system is the dehumanization of working class, because the workers become the supplier of the labor power only, right? Which needs for the production. They just become the supplier of the labor power, right? The workers' individual personality, needs, desire means nothing to the capitalist. What are the needs of the worker? Their personalities, their work-life balance, right? That is their desires. Nothing matters to the capitalist, and they feel like that they just purchases their labor power, right? And they consider them as a labor, right? The working class is thus stripped of its humanness, and labor power become a mere commodity purchased by the capitalist, that these capitalists purchases the labor power, right? And they become the commodity, right? So according to now let us compare and contrast the Durkheim and Marx, right? On the basis of the division of labor, Durkheim explains that division of labors in industrial society as consequences of increased material and moral density. It makes teamwork and coexistence possible. So according to the Durkheim, that division of labor is important and play is an important role in coordination and the coexistence of the various people together. And this division of labor plays an important role in this organic solidarity, right? While Marx too considered the division of labor in manufacture a feature of industrial society, right? But unlike Durkheim, he does not see the means of cooperation and coexistence, right? As per Durkheim, that because of division of labor, people coexist, right? But as per Marx, that division of labor plays no role or in cooperation and the coexistence. Rather, it views it as a process that forced upon the worker in order that the capitalist might extract the profit. There is no cooperation, no coexistence as per Marx, but this division of labor or this process is forced upon the worker by the capitalist just to earn the profits, right? What are the consequences of division of labor? In normal situation, division of labor contributes to the social integration by giving each individual a specialized activity. Each can develop his or her power of creativity and innovation in her specialized task. As per Durkheim, that this division of labor helps in coexistence, as well as it helps it helps in the social integration and gives a chance to each and everyone to grow and excel as per the skill set of the individual. While Marx sees the division of labor as a process imposed on the worker by the capitalist, right? He sees division of labor as a process imposed by the capitalist, and it leads to the dehumanization of the workforce. We discussed about the dehumanization because the personality, because the needs, because the wants of any worker, it doesn't matter to the capitalist. The needs, wants of worker means nothing to the capitalist. So it leads to the dehumanization of the workforce, and the workforce is just a small part in a long production change. And because of this, they alienated from their produce, and this results in alienation, and thus workers are just reduced to the things in a way that the capitalist purchases their labor power, and they consider their labor power just as a commodity which they purchases, right? The creativity of the workers, their control over their creation is taken away because of this division of labor, right? Their labor just become a commodity that can be bought and sold at the market place. Thus, they become mere a parts of production process rather than producers themselves. Right? Their personality problems means nothing to the employer. Right? And being a part of the system, they cannot control. They suffer from the alienation, and their fellow workers. They suffer from the alienation at all workers from their work, their fellow workers, and social system itself. So it creates various problems. So as per Durkheim, the division of labor is important. It helps in maintaining integration and bonding and the social order in this society, while as per Marx, it exploits the working class. Division of labor is responsible for the exploitation, dehumanization of the working class, and because of this division of labor, the working class alienated from this, from their product, and their labor just become a commodity which the capitalist purchases, right? What are the solutions to the problem for the division of labor? Anome, according to Durkheim, can be handled by making workers conscious of their role in this society, by making them feel organically linked, involved with the life of society. The frustration of doing meaningless work can be eased, and meaningless will then be changed into awareness of significance of their productive role. So, as per that can some anomaly or some abnormal form of the division of labor exist, but this can be handled by making the worker conscious about their role in this society, that how you should make them understand how important their work is. When they know the importance of their work, then the frustration of doing meaningless work can be eased. But as per Marx, capitalism itself is a problem. The way out is through revolution, through which worker gain control over the means of production, and they will then organize and operate the production process in such a manner that the dehumanization, alienation will become a thing of the past. As per Durkheim, that this problem that the problem within the division of labor can be handled by making the worker conscious of their role in the society, and as per Marx, revolution is only solution. That revolution, because of the revolution, that this revolution will erase the capitalism, the worker, then the production system, then the worker will manage this production system, and this will erase the dehumanization and the alienation problem, right? The Kim functional model of society, while Marx has given the conflict model of society. Right? Durkheim does not merely look at the economic aspect of the division of labor, but rather its social aspects, its contribution to the social integration. Marx view human history as a history of class struggle, or a series of struggles between the oppressors and the oppressed. So, capitalism is a phase in human history marked by the struggle between the bourgeois and the proletariat. And the system of production that exists under capitalism is designed to exploit the worker, right? And the Durkheim sees society as a system held together by integrative contribution of various institutions. Marx sees history as a series of struggle between the haves and haves not. So, in short, Durkheim has given the integration model of the society, right? That according to him, this division of labor integrates the society together. It is possible, it makes the coexistence, according to Durkheim, this division of labor makes the coexistence possible, right? And uh, in there, even though some abnormal forms of division of labor exist, but these can be overcome by telling the workers that how important their role is in the society. While according to Marx has given the conflict model. As per both Durkheim and Marx, this division of labor exists in the industrial society, right? It exists in the industrial society, and as per Marx, capitalism is the problem, and the coexistence, this division of labor, that coexistence is not possible because of this division of labor. As per Marx, this division of labor is responsible for the exploitation of the worker, right? They just become a point of production and the long production chain, right? And they alienated and because of this they alienate from their produce. And this is one of the reasons of the frustrations, and this system is responsible for the dehumanization of the working class, that right, of the working class. And the only solution to this problem is revolution, right? When the worker will revolt against the capitalist and will own the mode of production, then only this problem can be solved, right? So as per Marx, the system of production that exists in capitalism is designed to exploit the workers, right? So, Durkheim sees society as a system that helps that integrates the society together, while Marx sees history as a series of struggle between haves and haves not, and this leads to the conflict and changes. So, we discussed and compare and contrasted the Durkheim and Weber, and Durkheim and Marx, right? Now, next is capitalism, right? As a mode of production, capitalism is characterized by production for sales rather than the self use, and the existence of the market where labor is bought and sold. Exchange takes place through the money. The capitalist control the production process. The capitalist control the financial decisions, and the competition is there. So, what is the Marx view on capitalism? As per the Marx, right, Marx and Engels outline certain stages of world history. It is characterized by distinct economic formation. In this economic formation that shapes other social subsystems, which are termed as superstructure, like political structure, religion, values, and the culture, right? Okay. Capitalism, the stages according to Marx, the stages of capitalism that he the according to Marx, that the capitalist came into existence because of the contradiction within the feudal system, right? And then he discussed about the capitalism and the class conflict. According to the Marx, the history of human society is history of class struggle, and each stage in the human history marked by division of society into haves and have nots. Haves who dominates, and have nots are those who are oppressed, right? And Karl Marx views capitalism as one of the stages of human history which emerges out from because of the contradiction in the previous society, right? And as per Marx, in capitalism too is there are the contradiction in the capitalistic system, and these contradiction will be responsible or will result in a new form of a society which is termed as a communism, right? So Weber's viewpoint of capitalism, what is the Weber's viewpoint? As per Marx, capitalism is is responsible for this haves and have nots. That is, it is responsible for the class conflict, and this class conflict and the revolution will result in a new type of a society. And what is the Weber's view on capitalism? Weber speaks of a special kind of capitalism, namely the rational capitalism. A rational capitalism, what is rational capitalism? According to Weber, that rational capitalism is uniquely Western development. This is because of the ideal rationality, and the process of rationalizations too are distinctively Western. What is rationality? Rationality is logically, thinking logically. It involves gaining and mastery or control over the external world. It involves the organization of human life in such a manner that greater efficiency and productivity can be obtained. That is rationality. Rationalization means an attempt by humans to control the environment. How? By organizing and coordinating human activities in a certain, a regular and predicted manner. When you want to control the coordinating the human activities in certain regular way. Human beings have gained such a degree of understanding about the world around them that nature is no longer exists as a mysterious or incalculable, and this rationalization existed in the Western civilization because of the development of the science in the Western countries. Right? Science as a broad body of verifiable knowledge well developed in history. A rational state with specialized institution, written laws, right, and the constitution which regulates the political activities, right? So economy which is characterized by the rational capitalism, right? So as per Weber, he defined the capitalism as a rational capitalism, and rational capitalism existed in the Western countries because of the development of the science in the Western countries, and because of and also religion played an important role in the, as per Weber, in the development of capitalism in the Western countries, right? And the, what is the rationalization? Rationalization means, or rationalization state, rationalization is when the coordinated efforts to control the environment in a predictable manner. That is rationalization, right? So what is traditional and rational capitalism? The traditional capitalism, most households are self sufficient and produces for the self consumption, the basic necessities of the life. The traditional capitalism mostly trade in luxury goods, right? In traditional capitalism, most households are this self-sufficient, as we told you. But in rational capitalism, they produce to sell, not for this self-consumption. They produce to sell and earn profit. That is rational capitalism. There are certain precondition of rational capitalism. What are the certain precondition? That is the private ownership of the material resources necessary for the production. That heads, there should be heads who owns the modes of production, right? The next condition for the existence of rational capitalism is the free market, where one can sell the produce, right? There should be no restriction on the flow of trades, right? And third prerequisite is rational technique of production and distribution of the good. See, you have a mode of production now, markets are available, but you should have a technique to produce more and distribute the goods. And next is rational legislation. There should be a well defined systems, laws that applies to the all member of the society, and this would simplify making the economic contrast. Then the free labor force is required. Laborers have the legal freedom to work where and what they want, when they want, and the relationship between the employer is contractual, not obligatory. Then the commercialization of economy. To make rational capitalism possible, there must be opportunities for everyone to participate in the enterprise. So, rational capitalism is when you produce for sale. That is rational capitalism. For rational capitalism, there are certain prerequisites which we discussed. Right now, the factors contributing to the growth of rational capitalism, there are the economic factor, political factor, and the religious and the cultural factor. All these factors goes hand in hand. All these factors helps each other to achieve the targets, right? So Marx studied capitalism, and Weber studied the another type of capitalism, that is the rational capitalism. Comparison between Marx and Weber. Karl Marx takes society as a unit of analysis, and while Weber studies society in terms of meaning attributed or given by the individual to the world around them. He attempts an interpretative understanding of the social phenomenon. Next is Marx's emergence of capitalism in terms of shift in mode of production. Because of there is a shift in the mode of production, and the economy or the material world is infrastructure or base which molds the other systems. In order to understand why and how rational capitalism emerged, Weber think it is important to understand the value system that make it possible. So Marx put economy before the religion, while Weber put religion before the economy. As per Marx, the economy is the base of the society, and all other things, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, or any other things, or any other subsystem, exist on this base. While as per Weber, that norms and values plays an important role in rational capitalism, and he puts religion before the economy. As per Max Weber, it is because of the religion this capitalist came into existence, right? What are the consequences and remedies of this capitalism? Karl Marx capitalism symbolizes the exploitation, dehumanization, and alienation of the working class. We discussed about this in detail. It is a system based on the inequality and will ultimately break down. And this breakdown will brought about by its own inner contradiction. The proletariat will bring about the revolution, and new stage of human history, namely communism, will born. For Weber too, the rational capitalism is basically alienating for human society. Rational capitalism and rational bureaucratic states go hand in hand. That is the bureaucrat and the capitalist go hand in hand. They help each other. A human life get routinized, and human being experience the detachment or disenhancement of the world. They get detached because of the monotony. They work like machines. And Weber is pessimistic about the future. Unlike Marx, he does not think revolution or collapse of system very likely. So, as per Marx, that there will be this capitalistic system is responsible for the exploitation of the working class, and and this will results in the revolution. And because of this revolution, a new society will come into existence, and he termed it as a communism. While Weber also thinks that this rational capitalism, while according to Weber, that religion played an important role in the development of the capitalism. And as per Weber, also this capitalism is responsible for the alienation and the dehumanization of the human society, right? This in the rational capitalism, and the bureaucratic and the rational bureaucratic system goes hand in hand. And because of this, the human life become routinized, and they become detached or alienated of the world, and they are produced. The Weber was pessimistic about the future. According to him, that no revolution will take place, and he doesn't think about the revolution and the collapse of any other system, right? So the progress of science and technology and human quest to gain control over nature and world process cannot be reversed as per the Weber. And it is this very rationality, however, which imprisons the human being in its iron cage, right? And it will create problems for them. Marx emphasizes the irrationality and contradiction in uh, capitalism, which will, according to him, will lead to the chain, while Weber speaks of its rationality. Right? Marx studied it in terms of historical stages which society passes through, while capitalism emerged as a result of contradiction in the early stages, bring about a new mode of production. And Weber too emphasized on the economic factors like Marx, but his understanding of capitalism is more complex, taking into account the value systems, beliefs, and keeping with his interpretative understanding of social phenomenon. Right? Both thinkers point out that capitalism has negative consequences for human society. So today we discussed about the compare and contrasted the Emile Durkheim, Max Weber, and Karl Marx. Right? Um, Durkheim and Karl Marx, they have seen they have seen the industrial revolution, right? According to Durkheim, society is more important, and the unit of study is society for Durkheim. For Marx, unit of study is society. For Max Weber, the unit of study is individual and the symbolic interaction. He has given the concept of symbolic interaction. So unit of study is individual, right? According to Durkheim, that society, it is very important, he has given emphasis on this society, and society plays an important role and should be kept over the individual. And when the society puts some constraints on the individual, it is for the betterment of the society, because it is because it maintains, or because it will maintain the social order, right? While Max Weber has given the concept of Varsthane, right? That is interpretative understanding is that one should understand the actions of the individual, should interpret his action with reference to the situations, right? So he has given the concept of the Varsthane, and he emphasized on values and the belief system, the role the values and the belief system plays in each and every society. According to Emile Durkheim, religion is very important and it helps in the integration of the society. As per Marx, religion is an opium, and it is one of the factor which is responsible for exploitation of the working class. And as per Max Weber, religion plays an important. He studied the religion with in aspect of the economy, and as per Weber, religion played an important role in emergence of the capitalism. Right, that is as per Durkheim, that this religion and science. There is no contradiction between the religion and science, and as per Durkheim, there is a contradiction. There is a conflict between, as per Weber. I'm sorry, as per Weber, there is a contradiction or between the religion and the science. There is a conflict between the religion and the science, right? And here Karl Marx emphasized on the economy. He study each and every things with reference to the economy or the mode of production. right? That Max Weber, that Durkheim defined the various types of the division of labor, and as per Durkheim, division of labor is responsible for maintaining the social order, and it integrates the society. And as per the Karl Marx, that this division of labor is responsible for the exploitation for the of the worker, for the dehumanization, and it results in the alienations of the worker from their produce, right? The division of labor is responsible for, in short, that the division of labor creates a problem, right? Then Karl Marx studied this society with reference to the economic, that is the mode of production, right? And while he that Max Weber also studied the rational type of capitalism, right? That is rational type of capitalism. Max Weber's, according to Karl Marx, this capitalism is responsible. There are the two classes in the capital the two classes which exist in the capitalism. That is the capitalist and the working class, that is haves and have-nots. And these haves owns the mode of production, and have-nots don't own the mode of production. And because they own the mode of production, the commodity belongs to them. The produce belongs to the capitalist, and they earn profit by selling the product. And the workers just become a small part of a big production chain. And when, because of this, they can never see their produce, and they alienated from their product. And the capitalist results in the various dehumanizations conditions, and various other problems exist because of the capitalism. And according to the Karl Marx, a day will come when these workers revolt against the capitalist. And this will, because of the contradiction, and this revolt will takes place because of the contradiction which exists in the capitalistic system. And this revolution will result in a new type of a society. And he termed it as a communism, where where the worker will have control over the mode of production. While according to Max Weber, that he studied the economy, that he studied the and according to Karl Marx, religion is an opium, and it is responsible for the exploitation of the working class. And Max Weber studied that a rational type of a rational capitalism. The Max Weber's explanation or the study of economy, that is rational capitalism, is much more complicated, right? According to Max Weber, it is because of the religion the capitalism came into existence. And that the rational capitalism and the rational bureaucratic system goes hand in hand. And this he also according to Weber, that this rational capitalism results in the alienations. And both Karl Marx, according to both Karl Marx and the Max Weber, this results in the capitalism is not good for the working class. But Weber was not sure about the future. According to Weber, that there will be no revolutions. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Namaskar.